Hey everybody, Charles for HumbleMechanic.com, and today we're talking about the best way to store your sockets. Alright, so there are a ton of different ways to store sockets in your toolbox, and it's really kind of personal. You know, some people may store it because it looks cool a certain way, some people like me store it purely for efficiency, and then there's other people that just simply don't care. Now, these are the ways that I think is the best way, but I think we can all agree that this is probably not the best way. Alright, let's start off by talking about the factory socket holders. This socket holder right here is a snap-on socket holder. It is the holder that came with this set of sockets that I bought in, about 2004. And I gotta say, for being a plastic holder, it has held up pretty well. I really do like that the socket holder is labeled so that you know exactly which socket you're going for. Some people may not care about that, but I really enjoy it. I like that this holds the deep well and the shallow sockets as well, and it doesn't stand them up or completely lay them flat. So this will fit really well in a nice mid-depth drawer. You don't have to have a super deep drawer if they were all standing up. And when they lay flat, they tend to take up a little bit more room. I really wish that Snap-on sold this exact socket holder separately from the entire set. But one of the negatives about this is this will only really hold snap-on sockets this way. Because of the shape and diameter of some of the especially smaller sockets, it won't really fit any other sockets but snap-on. I've tried to put Craftsman sockets in it and it simply just doesn't fit right. So I absolutely love the way that this socket holder stores the sockets. You can see I've had to make some repairs on it over the years. All right, next we're going to be talking about storing sockets in foam. This is the Sonic Tools foam organization setup. I'm going to get these snap-on ones out of the way. One of the great things about foam is it holds the sockets really well. You can see this has almost a perfect fit for the socket. In addition, this is also labeled. You can see here, this is actually over in the drawer of the Sonic Toolbox. Everything's labeled, it all has its own location, so things get put back exactly where they came from. And again, it's a very nice tight fit. Now, you are a little bit limited in that you can't really rearrange things once they're set in foam, but remember that a setup like this especially is designed specifically for the box, so it's designed with the entire package in mind. And I gotta tell you, I really love the way this fits in the box and the way the sockets are organized and the way that it looks. All right, and the third top way to store sockets is in a universal socket storage tray like this one. This one is from Westling Machine, and it's a 1/4-inch metric storage rack. This one's also labeled for all the socket sizes you can see down here at the bottom. I actually did a review of this socket tray, so I'm not gonna go super in depth to it. I'll be sure to link it up for you guys if you wanna check it out. But, you know, I really like to store 1/4-inch drive sockets this way since most of them are shorter than 3/8 drives. You don't need quite as deep of a drawer as you would for the 3/8 drive sockets, so you can still store these standing up, which takes up a smaller footprint in a less than super deep drawer. Again, I like that it's labeled. I like that it has pins that it sits on. It holds the sockets really, really well. As you can see, I store my oil pan crush rings over here on the 4mm socket, which doesn't get used very much. The one thing that does drive me nuts is I don't have a 5.5mm deep well socket. And again, this is universal, so it doesn't matter whether you have Sonic Tool sockets or Craftsman sockets, Snap-on sockets, they'll all fit on this because it uses these pins. These pins are the size of the drive. So if these were 3/8 drive sockets, the pin would actually be a little bit bigger. And I really like it because it's considerably more durable than something that's similar like this, but it has plastic, which are really prone to break. I've actually went through a lot of these over the years. Now, of course, that is not the only way you guys can store sockets. There's these clip-on styles that you can see here. I have actually these screwed to the back of my roll cart, and these hold sockets all right. Over time, these clips do tend to get weak, but they do hold sockets just fine. As you can see, I use them every day. We also have the plastic style, like I was showing, similar to the Westling. These just aren't quite as durable. On the 1/2-inch drive ones, they'll hold up okay, but when you get down to the smaller drives, these pins get really thin, and it does make for a pretty weak socket holder. I've had to replace about 10 of the quarter-inch drive versions of something similar to this. But these are nice because they are labeled as well. And finally, we have the universal style like this. You know, this has all the different drives, 1/2 inch, 3/8, 3/8, and 1/4 inch. You can put a bunch of sockets on it. It doesn't matter what brand they are because like the Westling, it does hold them by the drive, so you can put any brand of socket you want. In fact, you can even put extensions on there if you'd like. Whatever you really want to put on here. This is nice because it will hold them all. It holds them all in a complete package. This one has a handle on it. You know, there's nothing wrong with this. It's just not really my thing. I pictured this as something for me, like I would load it up with kind of mediocre quality sockets and dump it out in the shed and just leave it out there so that at least I had some kind of sockets out in the shed when I needed to grab a tool. All right, guys, there you have it. Those are my 3 favorite ways and some other ways that you can store your sockets. Now, this is a highly, highly personal thing. In the end, to me, it doesn't really matter how you store your sockets. Store them in whatever way that works best for you, because the truth of the matter is, you guys are the one using this stuff. All right, guys, I'm gonna wrap it up there. If you have any questions or comments, post it in the comments section below. Hey, if you like the video, throw it a thumbs up on YouTube. I always appreciate that. You can also subscribe on YouTube or on the blog at humblemechanic.com. You can follow me on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, the blog, and obviously right here on YouTube. Oh, follow me on Snapchat. I've been trying to do more Snapchat stuff, so Humble Mechanic, obviously follow me over there. All right, guys, thanks for watching, and I will see you next time.